Please explain. Please explain the crime.
Obstruction.
Excuse me.
On your back.
I'm suing you.
I know my rights, and you obviously don't, so I advise you to stop talking.
Fortunately, your wife is under arrest, okay?
What?
It's-
Show me your hand!
Hello guys, first of all, I have to thank Tom for his help this week. You know how much it means to me. In this video, I'm going to do a little investigation and will also discuss a few arrests. As a reminder, every like and comment is important for me. And of course, if you can do that, click the thanks button. Thank you, and let's get started.
I'm here to pick somebody up.
Okay, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you.
Well, that's my conversation. I'm here to pick somebody up.
And you're parked in, and it's not a parking spot.
Well, why didn't you just lead with that?
Because you won't talk to me.
All right, well, this conversation is done.
Okay, well then, if you're not willing to talk to me, you need to leave jail grounds.
No, I'm going to go park in a parking spot. You can't kick me out of public property.
It's not public property, this is jail grounds.
Who funds the jail?
Okay.
Think about things before you say them.
So when you're on jail grounds, I have a right to ask you for your information. You are subject to search in your vehicle. So I was just trying to ask you to move to a parking lot, to a parking spot, but if you're gonna have a problem, we can continue this.
No, I keep saying I would like to stop this discussion, so please stop talking.
I'm not sure this woman is right. Illegal parking is grounds for a fine, so you need to show ID. But this video is worth watching, at least because of the ending. I promise you'll love it.
I don't need to stop talking.
I'm about to pull over and go into a parking spot in a public jail facility where I have a right to be. You do not have the right to kick me out, nor do you. I want to continue this conversation.
When you're on jail grounds, I have a right to check who you are to make sure you are not a felon.
No, you do not. This is not a stop and ID state. This is not a stop and ID state. If I have not committed a crime, I am not going to ID. I know my rights.
Okay.
And you obviously don't, so I advise you to stop talking. Shh.
Okay, please move your car.
And the following video is about a man who came home, saw the cops and was shocked that his wife was arrested without a warrant. Let's watch it together.
Fortunately, your wife is under arrest, okay?
What?
It's what I explained to you earlier.
Why?
I've already explained it to you.
I must have missed that part because you never told me she was arrested though.
Okay. She slammed the door on an officer. After that point, they had announced that they had to make sure that everyone in the household was okay based on the call that we received. Okay, had she just been cooperative, we would have been okay.
She's scared. She was defending her children. I don't know what I mean.
Sir, that would make sense if we came in all in hoodies and masks. But these are, do you see what we are wearing? These are fully uniformed police officers with clearly marked police vehicles. There is no excuse for that. There really isn't. And I bet you can reach out to all your military
you guys
buddies.
shouldn't have made an attempt to gain entry.
Okay.
You guys were not invited. You didn't have a warrant. This is where this case is going to get dropped.
This is where.
No, that's a catch-all. I'm sorry.
You're missing the point. Then
I understand your point. That's fine. We'll just hash it out in court.
Right. Just let it play out there. We just don't want you to have any.
She's
kind
not
of
a danger.
Escalation here.
You know that.
She wrestled with the officers for a few minutes.
This man comes home and finds out that his wife has been arrested because she tried to close the door and keep the cops out. As you can see, they trespassed on their property anyway. But remember this cop's first words. He now says the reason they came is because of a call about a possible child endangerment. But let's see what the cops say next.
What were you trying to do with her? There's no witnesses.
But all of our cameras are on, sir, and the jury will see that.
Who made entry into the house first?
What do you mean?
Who was the initial officer to try to gain entry?
It was the primary officer.
Who was that? Is he standing right here?
No, he's not.
Is he wearing a body cam?
Yes.
I'm asking. These are all valid questions, sir.
Okay. You seem to. I understand it's your natural inclination to defend her, but believe it or not, you're from the military, so I would expect that you would understand this. We are not in the business of just going around and just breaking into people's homes.
I never said you were.
Okay, good.
But I'm
you have
trying to
to
tell
understand-
you, when you're trying to get entry into a home where my wife is by herself with 2 small children, and there's no warrant, there's no announcement of
it's the police department. We are not hoodlums. We are not criminals. We're not there to rob you guys. We're not
I
here to take the
understand you're
kids.
speaking for yourselves. I
And
get that.
but here's the other thing too. We had actually explained the reason why we were here and why we needed to make sure that everybody was okay in the house. This is a lesson for your wife. The next time, just be cooperative, because when you're not, it usually makes us more and more suspicious as to something happening.
These cops believe that if they come in uniform, people are obligated to let them into their homes and cooperate with them. And as this cop said, if you don't cooperate and let the cops in the house, it's suspicious and you will be arrested. But since when is suspiciousness a crime?
She has to take responsibility for her actions too here. It's not just kind of like, hey, you know, we were just driving down the street and decided to stop here. We got a call.
Who made the call? You guys have to have record of that, or was it anonymous?
Well,
We're not really at will to say who called.
Why not? It's public record.
But then you can inquire on it on your own, but I'm not.
Oh, so you're not gonna prove it's privileged information at this
No,
point?
you can go to the police department and ask, but I'm not gonna go and just tell you because I don't know what you can do with that information.
I already know how it is. That's fine. Whatever.
So James, I'm officer in CISO. I know you're talking to.
Are you the officer that made entry?
One of them, yes.
Are you the initial officer that made entry?
Well, there were several of us here.
Who was the one that made initial entry to the house?
Okay, James, I'm not here to talk about that
Yes,
right now.
you are. I have a right to ask
let
these
me
questions.
Talk. Let me talk. I'm here to ask you some questions, and after I'm done with my questions, I can answer yours. Is that a deal?
Fine.
Okay. So this goes back to the whole reason why we even came here. Okay. So did something between you and your stepfather happen a few days ago on the 7th or 8th?
Right.
I'm talking about something that would have happened like 3 or 4 days ago.
Well, that's past tense. That's not now, is it? We're talking about today. This is why we're talking about you're here today.
No, we were called here today for an incident that happened a couple days ago.
That's not what I was told. I was told you guys came here because you guys got a phone call about my kids.
I wouldn't be showing you this video if it weren't for the ending. At first, the cops said they came to check on the safety of the children. Now they're saying they're here because of a dispute that happened a few days ago. These cops should have agreed amongst themselves first. What reason to break into the house they wanted to choose? But either way, it's obvious they are liars.
As I promised, there is a little investigation coming up. I tried to understand the situation and pay attention to all the details that I want to discuss with you. Let's get started.
This is 4-time Grammy-winning engineer Mark Capps. Someone reported that he held his wife and stepdaughter hostage at home. But this is how his life ended.
Show me your hand! Show me Show me your hand! Show me your hand! Give me a squeeze.
Many people have missed this incident, but it is actually very strange and mysterious. First of all, let's see if there were any hostages in the house.
We're inside, just inside the threshold. Hey, we try to squeeze it up. Do me a favor.
Now I'll show you a few inconsistencies. First of all, why was the SWAT team seen as the only option for apprehending a man with no previous criminal record? Secondly, according to reports, the SWAT team was conducting a covert operation, and this is confirmed by a police department spokesman.
As 3 SWAT members attempted to begin work outside the home without Capps seeing them, he opened the front door with pistol in hand.
But as you view the body camera footage, you can clearly see the 3 officers walking quickly and straight toward the front door of the home. They obviously weren't trying to work outside the house, as Don Aaron says. So why didn't the SWAT officers declare themselves police? Why did the SWAT officer give Mark Capps less than a second to obey the command before opening fire?
Show me your hand! Show me
According to officers, Mark pointed a gun at them. He is not seen on any camera, but it clearly shows Mark trying to close the door and the SWAT team opening fire through the door. The cops later released this picture of the gun. Let's say it's true. If Mark Capps was fatally shot while possessing the gun, how did the gun end up tucked under a rug and a package under a table with no visible blood on either the gun or the surrounding items?
You know what else doesn't make sense? His wife who was supposedly being held hostage and should be rejoicing at your rescue, sued the police department. Write your opinion on this situation and we'll move on to the next arrest.
It's obstruction, you get arrested for that.
I'm sorry, obstruction for what? Obstruction for what?
Fail to provide your identification and active investigation.
Why do I have to provide my ID for obstruction of justice?
Because you're not providing for obstruction of justice.
Because we got called out for you.
Right, we got
So it's an
called out for you
investigation.
for being part of a fight, so it's an investigation.
There's no
So
fight.
because we're investigating.
He was fighting me because I wouldn't leave and I had a drink that I paid for that he did not let me finish.
Okay. So what happens is he could go ahead and sign complaints against you for that, and you could sign complaints against him based on whatever the situation was.
You don't know who my dad is, do you?
Do that. It doesn't make a difference. In order
Okay.
for you to do that, a report has to be made, an investigation has to be done. So you have to be identified as well as the other persons that were involved in it.
Okay, well, who else was identified?
They're all
So
going to be identified.
everybody's going to provide identification. Yep.
You want to
That's
Please.
all for the report, so that you have the right to sign complaints just as much as everybody else involved. That's why. There's no other reason than that. It's easy breezy.
I haven't done anything and they kneeled my neck to the ground.
Okay. You can sign complaints for that if you want to do that. But we have
I would
make
like
a
to sign
report.
complaints.
We have to make a report for you so that you can do that.
All right, please.
I'm not sure if this guy is right, but I'd like to discuss this incident with you. Don't you think the goal of the cops is to get an ID, not to get to the bottom of the situation?
And
Yeah.
you can't do it intoxicated.
Right.
I'm not intoxicated. I can sign anything sober.
You're drinking in
You
there.
just
You pay
had-
for
I
it.
have been drinking, but I'm not
Yeah,
intoxicated.
exactly.
As
You've
long
been
as you have
drinking.
energy.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
It doesn't matter. I can.
You can come tomorrow.
Do you want to solve a Rubik's Cube in front of me for 60 seconds?
I actually don't. No, I don't.
Okay, well I can beat you in that. So let's do that.
Congratulations.
So
Congratulations to me.
if
Thank
you've
you.
already admittedly had an alcoholic beverage, our Canyon County Prosecutor's Office will not allow us to accept the signed complaint from you because you're under the influence. That
Okay.
doesn't make it illegal for you to be under it. You're allowed to drink. You're allowed to have a good time, absolutely. But you can't sign.
I haven't done anything wrong here. Could you ask them why I was
They didn't
detained
want
from
you
the residence?
here. They didn't want you here.
Yeah,
They have
it's
every right.
I know a lot about law.
They have,
Establishment.
Why didn't they want me here?
because they have every. They don't need a
They don't
reason.
need a reason.
Why not?
Because they don't need a reason.
How you getting home, bud?
How are you getting home?
I have no idea right now. Probably Uber.
Where do you live?
Marlton.
Where?
Marlton.
Marlton? Is that too far to help him get a ride, Sarge?
No, we can get them
We're
there.
at Marlton. You far in Marlton?
It raises a few questions for me. If this guy got into a fight with someone, where is the complainant? But if he didn't fight with anyone and if he didn't refuse to leave the bar, why does he have to show the cops ID?
Marlton Lakes.
Marlton Lakes. Where's that with respect
Near
to
Berlin.
Oh, okay, so you're the other end of Marlton. Okay, I don't know that part.
I
know,
haven't.
like,
I have. Look, I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why I'm getting kicked out.
They don't need a reason.
I know they don't need a reason because they're crooked cop. They're crooked.
I don't know why they are either at all, but that's what they're saying. They're saying that you can't be there.
Okay.
So I don't know
You got
if
ID
you
on
need us
you?
to help you get home, or if you need, or if you want to call an Uber, whatever you want to do.
I don't see why I need to ID myself.
Sure, because if they want to sign complaints against you, they have the right to do that, right?
Right.
Why do they have the right to do that? I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, that's your side of the story.
Right.
There's plenty of cameras in there.
Right.
We'll find out.
Okay, that's fine. I haven't done anything
And you
wrong.
have
You still
every
have to
right to sign the
identify
complaint
yourself,
as
okay?
well.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
It turns into obstruction, man.
You do.
Obstruction? No, it does not.
It does, because
No, it
it's
does not.
investigation.
I know law.
No, you don't.
Okay, well, you don't if you're saying this.
I realize that this guy is drunk and that he doesn't look in the best light, but I think they could just let him go home and catch the real criminals. What do you think?
I do.
I don't know if you're from New Jersey.
I
or
do
not,
know
but
law.
This is what it is.
I do know law.
You know what I mean? Then you know that you have to provide your identification.
For what
if
purpose?
It's a criminal process.
For what
And we're
purpose?
saying because they have made a criminal complaint against you.
For
They're
what?
stating-
What did I
don't
do?
know.
What did I do? What is the
their
criminal complaint?
That you
Please
did?
explain the criminal complaint.
You took the drink without paying. Is that what it was?
Criminal mischief as well.
Please, please explain the crime I've
Your
committed.
identification or not?
No, I'm not. Please explain.
You're under arrest,
Please
sir,
explain the
for
crime.
obstruction.
Excuse
Put your hands
me.
behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. And you're under arrest for obstruction.
I have not done anything wrong. Help me, court. Help me. Falsified accusation.
It's there. Yep. You just gotta wrap it around.
Falsified accusation.
All right, man.
suing you. I am gonna...
Friends, write your opinions in the comments. I think we have a lot to discuss, and anyone who wants to support me, I ask you to send how much you can spare by pressing the thanks button. This channel exists only because of you.